So I'm going to show you how to use the Plated X Profits calculator. It actually calculates the cost of a dish. Like if you're frying chicken, what it would cost to make that dish as a business owner. You can calculate the breakdown of the labor. If you're into catering or anything like that, say for instance, you have a recipe that does 8 servings. So you need 60 servings. So your desired servings would double or calculate what it will cost for just that item to do 60 servings. This is your monthly overhead. You basically can estimate how many dishes that you will need to sell or are you going to sell based off what we've calculated. Um, this is your labor cost. These are your packaging breakdown. So for instance, if you use the styrofoam cups, there are 125 in a container, and I think they run like 22.50 at Walmart. This is just an estimate. It will break down what that one plate will cost you with that chicken. This is your desired profit margin. Like if you want to be in a 30% profit margin and you need to include tax, it will include the taxes and your profit margin to give you your bottom number and whether you're in a profit area. So I'm going to walk you through how to actually use the app. I'm real big on knowing your numbers. So I'm just trying to create things that you can actually know what your numbers are instead of just walking into situations blindly. Because so often we walk into situations blindly, not knowing what certain things cost, and we guess. And guessing can be detrimental sometimes when you're not guessing the right amount. It's better to just know what those numbers are. So, anyway, I'm going to use Walmart as my search app. Everything that I use will be probably great value. I will only have value. I'm going to use Cuisine Queen seasoning, and we're going to use our recipe fried chicken because now, fried chicken, I wouldn't necessarily I wouldn't use proportions. I would just fill around. So anyway, let me walk you through how to do this. The first thing you need to name it. So we're going to do fried chicken, not fried chicken. You can save the recipes, you can upload them, however you want to do it. First thing, our first ingredient is chicken. So this recipe calls for a whole chicken. I actually don't I normally just buy the pieces. And we're just gonna say this chicken is 7 pounds. This actually calculates the bulk and breaks it down to what you need to complete the recipe. So you don't have to calculate down to the bare minimum. Just put whatever the original packaging in, and it'll calculate it for you. So this whole chicken is supposed to be 8 servings. Uh, and it's gonna cost $4.35 just for this dish and chicken. Buttermilk. I don't have my glass. Oh, the buttermilk is gonna cost you 41 cents. And fried chicken without flour. So this is a 5 pound bag, and it costs $2.38. You need for the recipe on tab. You need 2 cups. So we're at the seasoning part. I'm gonna do 1.5 of seasoning, but the recipe calls for 1 teaspoon of paprika, salt and pepper to taste. Gonna rock out with a taste of royalty. See how this go. This is 8 ounces. Oh shoot, I'm the night. I think the next thing is oil. Mm. 48 ounces. And it costs $3.57 today because it's on sale. You need 2 cups. I think that's what it said. 2 quarts. Sorry. All right. So this is once. This is 8 servings. So per plate, if you were selling multiple plates, just the ingredients alone cost you $1.35 per plate. That's if you put one piece of chicken, probably. I probably need two. But anyway, this is if you wanted to estimate how many of this particular item you would need to sell. So we're gonna say you need to sell 50 a month. Your rent is 600. Your utilities is 565. Maybe not. Well, electricity probably. I'm gonna do 280. We're gonna skip all that. So it's probably gonna take you 30 minutes. We'll say an hour, 60 minutes. And we're gonna say hopefully they're making $12 an hour. And they have paper to go. Like oh, 125. Got 22.50. And you need, let's take it. You need 1. So it costs you 18 cents. So now we're at 509 just for the chicken. You want a 30% profit margin. Depends on where you are, what your property sales tax is. So now that chicken has just now cost you 509. So including the plate, you probably, in order to get a 30% profit, will need to sell it at $7.28. It's better to see the numbers so you know how to plan out. Sometimes we blindly just pick a number that fits. This kind of helps you decide what it is. So, say for instance, you needed to add rice, whatever your dishes are, you can break them all down and then add the total together. And they give you the price of what your plate should cost. Some of you will probably be really surprised on what you're charging per plate. But this is what this for. This is actually still in the demo process. So um, there may be a few bugs because I'm still working in the background of it. If there is any bugs you encounter, please send me an email or text. But it's live and ready for you to use.